Friday Night SmackDown took place in the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. And unfortunately for the WWE, they had a massive problem going into the show. So yesterday was Saudi Arabia. They were in that country for Crown Jewel on Halloween, of course. And what happened to the WWE roster was the majority of them had their flight delayed and they're all stuck in Saudi Arabia. Now, WWE was able to make arrangements and they were able to get a few guys out who they needed to be on the show. Key wrestlers who they were able to get there. They were able to get Brock out. Obviously, I'm sure Brock was not happy about the situation. But he got out. So did Heyman, and they were able to get some guys they needed out. However, the majority of the roster is still in Saudi Arabia, and they're just coming home probably right now. They're probably getting on their flights now, from all I know. And it's caused a huge problem. However, this turned into one of the best SmackDowns of all time, and one of the best SmackDowns in many years, and I think without question, the best SmackDown they've had on Fox. And that's because they used NXT wrestlers on the show, and the show turned into a fantastic show. So Survivor Series is Raw, SmackDown against NXT. I don't know, they didn't make it clear. I think it's Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, but the way Triple H was talking about at the end of the show, he almost made it like it was going to be Raw and SmackDown versus NXT. I hope it's three-way. They can't go Raw and SmackDown. That's not realistic for NXT to win, so... Anyway, you have Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out to start the show. Heyman goes off about the match with Velasquez. They showed the full match on the Titantron, and then he talks about Ray and Paul Heyman. He uses this awkward line. Says that was the greatest spiritual orgasmic memory, part of Brock's career. I was thinking to myself, what the fuck's he saying? That was horrible line. He really goes off on Mysterio. They want Ray, and Brock Lesnar officially quits SmackDown, and he's going to go to Raw to confront Rey Mysterio. So this is huge confusion. Is Brock really going to quit? My guess is no, because I think Fox really wants Brock Lesnar on SmackDown for obvious reasons. I think if Brock Lesnar leaves SmackDown, that's just not good. Now, the thing is, with Raw, is both champions are on SmackDown. Brock and Bray are both on SmackDown now. And they're both the champions. So you need one champ on SmackDown, one champ on Raw. And I think it makes more sense for Brock to leave. But at the same time, Brock's the champ. And Fox wants him. So I can't see him going permanently to Raw. They brought him to SmackDown for a reason. I think Fox really wanted Ronda and they got Brock instead. Brock's going to be their guy. I can't see Brock not leaving Fox. Or Brock leaving Fox. I think he's staying on SmackDown for sure. So they walk out, and then they, as we see him walking backstage, they show Triple H and Shawn Michaels show up. So that would be used later in the show, obviously. Up next, you had the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. You had Bayley champion with Sasha Banks. All I thought when Bayley came out was, she's dressed up as this dyke. No offense, but this lesbian. It's just strange. It's almost like Sasha Banks is coming out as her little bitch on her arm. And Bayley is definitely a heel now, and she has the haircut. She wears this belt over her head now. She has heavy metal music. That's all you can think of. She comes out. Nikki Cross comes out. I'm just not into Nikki Cross. Where's Alexa? I want to see Alexa Bliss. I mean, is the beef between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks so bad they can't be on the same show anymore? Because where the hell is Alexa? I've been waiting for him. She's been drafted for a while. I don't know if she's taking time off. I hope she didn't get under an injury. That's my worry. I hope that didn't happen. I don't check the house show results. If she's wrestling on house shows, I'm wrong. But if she's not wrestling on house shows, she's taking time off, and I'm afraid it might be under concussion. So hopefully Alexa's okay. But where is Bliss? Anyway, match they have here is okay. It was good for a while. They had Sasha Banks interfering. They had Nikki Cross beat up Sasha Banks on the outside. It went on for a while. Eventually, Nikki has Bayley in the ring. Nikki goes to the top rope. Sasha grabs Nikki, and Bayley is able to finish her with her new finisher. It's a strange move. She uses her leg, and she slams you back onto your face. And I don't know. It was just, it's okay. I guess she got rid of the Bayley to Bayley. However, after the match, Shayna Baszler runs to the crowd. She attacks Sasha Banks, and then she beats down Nikki Cross, and she beats the shit out of Bayley. Beats her down. Fans are going crazy. They're loving it. It was insane. It was a great segment. That was the first of many great parts of the show. So they have Pat McAfee joining the announcing, which was really good. I wish they'd have him on the announcer permanently. He's really good. He was with Tom Phillips and Renee Young on commentary. So they show Kathy Kelly. I guess she's on SmackDown permanently now, maybe. I don't know, but she was. She has to because she's so good at her job, and she's obviously very attractive. She interviews Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's just annoying as hell. It's just he's not a wrestler. He looks like a geek. Anyway, he meets Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and they chase him backstage. They chase him into the arena, and they beat him down. They kick his ass. Riddle beats him up. Keith Lee beats him down. It was an ass kicking, and that's it. They show Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman the recap of what happened during the match. They show Miz TV, which was originally going to be Bray Wyatt. However, of course, that's changed, and his new guest is Tommaso Ciampa, who got a huge fans chant. NXT Ciampa coming out was awesome. He cut a great promo. He called himself the greatest sports entertainer of all time. It was a big pop. Yeah, he said Miz is everything wrong with Raw and SmackDown, and he broke his neck for NXT, and Miz plays an actor, and Miz mocks Ciampa, and then he's heard that for the last 15 years, and then eventually challenges him to a match, and they wrestle. So Tommaso Ciampa, it's not his debut on the main roster. He had some tag matches with Gargano last year, if I believe, or earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken, on Raw and SmackDown. But hey, it is his big first singles match. He faces Miz. They have a decent matchup, and Ciampa gets the win. He gets a big knee, and he hit the fairy tale ending for the win. Tommaso Ciampa pins the Miz. I'm worried. Okay, when I see Tommaso Ciampa, he came in, he looks so short compared to The Miz. He's one of the bigger guys in NXT. It's just one of those strange circumstances. He looks like a giant compared to Johnny Gargano, but all I can think of, his character is, his character's changed now, but before he was just this brutal, bruising, vicious heel. He's so short, he's so much smaller than ever on the main roster. I don't know if it's going to work. I think Vince is going to give up on him, but hopefully... I'm a bit worried about his future. But they really push it as a massive win for Ciampa. Backstage, Daniel Bryan approaches Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They tease a match. They tease we're going to get Triple H versus Daniel Bryan, a rematch for WrestleMania 30 on the show. I thought that'd be really cool. Not really. They tease something with Shawn, but Shawn puts his jacket back on. I don't think anyone wants a repeat of last year's Crown Jewel. Please, God, no. But Triple H noted he heard a challenge, and NXT showed up tonight. And eventually Adam Cole gets in backstage, and Daniel Bryan challenges Adam Cole for the NXT Championship. They agree to it. It's official. Your main event, Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan NXT title. Wow, that was crazy. Next, you have Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville get in the ring, and they're going to face Dana Brooke and Carmella. However, they go backstage, and Bianca Belair has jumped Dana Brooke and Carmella. She killed them both, beats down Dana Brooke, and then she lifts Carmella over her head for a military flesh slam, and she throws her over some crates or whatever. It looked really cool. They show in the arena, and they go back to Rhea Ripley and Tegan Nox, who come up, and they face Fire and Desire. They crush them, dominant win for them. Then Mandy Rose attacked Tegan Nox, and then they had Rhea Ripley put Mandy Rose away with this cooling submission. Okay, if you followed them, you're not going to like this. I did not like this. So Tegan Nox had a knee injury, and Rhea Ripley would mock Tegan Nox. She mocked her for a whole year on social media about her knee injury. She said some horrible shit about her. I don't want Rhea Ripley and Tegan Nox to be partners. They should be enemies, but I guess they're going to ignore that. But man, I want to see something with that. They can at least build up to an NXT. Even if Vince McMahon doesn't know anything about it, I'm sure 99% of the audience doesn't know. Most of the NXT audience probably forgot. I didn't forget. I want to see something. Don't leave that out, please. Damn it. So you have Triple H and Shawn Michaels come down to the ring. They sit ringside. Then you have Stephanie McMahon come out. She talked about the Women's Evolution. She talked about Natalya versus Lacey Evans. And typical Stephanie promo. They show footage from the match at Crown Jewel. Finally, main event, you have Adam Cole defending the NXT title against Daniel Bryan. What a fantastic main event. This was excellent. This is what you'd want. I mean, you got Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole. Thank you, Saudi Arabia, for delaying the flights. I don't think I'd ever thank Saudi Arabia for anything, but thank you for that. What a fantastic matchup this was. And there's no doubt in my mind, Daniel Bryan wanted to put over Adam Cole because he respects him. He really worked there, and he worked his ass off. They wrestled hard. They had a fantastic matchup here, and he was really motivated to work with him. This is a great showcase for NXT. Adam Cole gets the win. He pins Daniel Bryan cleanly. He pins him, and he's the heel, but he took Daniel Bryan. It was a clean win, hits his finisher. After the match, Cole celebrates, and the entire NXT roster who's there comes, not the whole roster, but the majority of the guys who were there, some the guys and the girls. You see a lot of them. They all get in the ring. They celebrate with Adam Cole. Then you have Triple H and Shawn Michaels get in the ring. Shawn gets on the top rope, and Triple H cuts a promo. We are NXT. Of course, he takes the spotlight. We are NXT, and it's going to be Raw and SmackDown against NXT at Survivor Series. Again, they still have yet to clarify that. Is it Raw and SmackDown versus NXT, or is it Raw against SmackDown against NXT? I think it's a triple threat, but I hope it's not 2-on-1. But they really hyped it up. It was circumstances that turned out to work in WWE's favor for a TV show, in my opinion. Will the ratings help? I don't think it matters. I don't think the casual wrestling fan who stays home on a Friday night watching wrestling really cares too much. But it's one of those situations where it's going to be a bit tougher to draw some rating revenue. So, the show was excellent. It was a great show. I loved the main event. I loved how they featured NXT. It was a fun show to watch. It was really exciting. It was something you really didn't want to miss. And they make you excited for Survivor Series. And Survivor Series is without question the fourth of the big four pay-per-views in terms of importance. I mean, they're way bigger now. But, they really got you hyped up for the show. They got you hyped up for War Games at NXT, which is going to be the night before Survivor Series. And my theory is, Triple H really was adamant when he was doing an interview with Corey Graves on that new podcast, and he was very adamant that he wants NXT to be a third brand, and he no longer wants NXT to be known as developmental. So whether that means, my big question to Triple H is, will the wrestlers be paid equally on NXT as what the wrestlers on Raw and SmackDown make? I think the answer is no. They're going to be paid like it's developmental, even though it's not. So that's it for SmackDown. Very good show, and great showcase for NXT.